I said if you can feel it, chase it! Alright guys, welcome. We just got out of Twisters, not to be confused by Twister, the 1996 film. Just a heads up, this is not a sequel. This is a remake. This is like a remake.
It's like a different movie.
Different movie. Like nothing. There's Easter eggs from Twister. If you watched it, you'll see it. But other than that, you're not really going to see much. The thing that I will say is, alright, I'll start us off. So, this movie has country music.
A lot of country music.
American flags, cowboy hats, rodeo, stampedes.
And science.
And science. Everything that a diehard liberal like me would probably walk out of the movie like, this movie's stupid. But here's the thing. This movie was really good. It still had those things. After the third country song, I was like, can you not? Right. George was enjoying it because he loves country music.
I hate country music.
Yeah, this all right, so here's the thing. This movie has Ben Powell. Hollywood really wants him to be the next Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, and I'm totally okay with that. I actually really like every single movie I've seen him in, from Top Gun Maverick, where he played the a-hole, to this movie where he's half an a-hole, and the other half he's actually pretty great. What was the other one we saw with Sidney Powell? And Can You See Me? Oh no, what was it called?
No. It was that one with
Sydney Powell?
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney, Ben Powell. Yeah, what was it called? Yeah. If you're young and hip, you know who Sydney
Sweeney is.
Sydney Sweeney is. I've never seen her before. I know she's in
Euphoria,
but I've never seen that show. So I'm going to go ahead and hard pass, like, not knowing who she was before I saw that movie.
She's a really good actress.
I believe it. I believe it. And the movie actually has a really good story and characters, which I was really shocked by. I really thought it was just going to be a disaster movie where they just chase tornadoes. No, they don't.
But it is.
Totally is. But there's a lot of stuff happening here between the characters that I won't go into because it's actually spoilers.
Fun dynamics.
Fun dynamic, yeah. The tornadoes looked great.
Real.
If you're like us and you want to see a good summer movie, we got thunderstorms watch right above us in Michigan here. It could rain on us at any point, or a tornado could drop on us. Hopefully not. I don't think that'll happen, but it's just a fun summer family film.
Yeah, it was a good blockbuster.
Yeah, tornadoes look good.
Many
characters
blocks
were great.
Were busted in this film.
A lot of buildings were ripped apart. That rodeo scene. Ooh, that rodeo scene.
I want to go to a rodeo now.
I do not. But and that movie theater scene. They're in the trailers. Just wait to see what happens. The movie theater was like, what did you say, George?
Oh, they broke the fourth wall. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally broke the fourth wall.
They did, didn't they? That was good.
Like
in so many ways.
In so many ways. And it was awesome. No, it looked good. Like, I did not for 1 second think that's not a real tornado. The effects looked really well done. And terrifying. Like there was that scene in the hotel. Oh no, sorry, not the rodeo. Like where they're trying to get undercover that night. Nothing is more terrifying than the sound of a tornado at night that you can't see. That is nightmare. New fear unlocked. But it was a great scene nonetheless. It had some really cool Easter eggs. They brought up Dorothy. Dorothy was, of course, in the original film, where they shot the scientific stuff into the tornado to see how a tornado forms and works.
Oh, I missed that her name was Dorothy. That's cute.
Yeah,
That's
and then
really
and the update was like Tin Man, Lion.
Oh yeah, and Scarecrow.
I
was wondering why they were saying that. Now it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why are they doing Wizard of Oz? That's random. Duh, tornado. Hello.
Right.
Okay.
Even though they're not in Kansas, they're in Oklahoma, which I won't,
it's like
go
the same
to
thing, right?
I mean, Oklahoma has more than Kansas. So.
Cornfields.
Cornfields, yeah.
Rodeos.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. I will probably at some point in my life watch it again because the characters are great and the dynamics between the different characters and what they're doing is actually really fun. There's chemistry, there's division, there's drama, there's cinematography, and everything just kind of works, which is really shocking. Like every disaster movie I've seen in the last 10 years, it's just dumb, over the top, Like, what was the one that came on? Moonfall? Was it Moonfall? That was the last disaster movie.
With the moon? It was comical. I liked parts of it because it was so off the wall. It was like, what if we took like one of the wildest conspiracies and made a movie about it? And that was what was awesome about that movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not wrong. I did enjoy the Moonfall part.
The moon actually falling.
Yeah, and the aliens. But anyways, long story short, I'm getting distracted. Great film, fun film. I had a good time. Golden popcorn. Not going to be in my top 10, but an enjoyable film. Shannon, go.
Yeah, it was, this isn't my thing. Like, I'm not a disaster movie person, but they had some good characters. The rodeo guy was awesome. The main character I thought was really bland and boring. It should have been played by my sister because she would have done a better job. Shout out Molly Gibson, Hollywood movie star. But yeah, I thought there were some like characters in here that were kind of bland. The one girl who's like half black, half Hispanic.
She was cool.
She was really
with the
good.
Dreads.
I've seen her in another movie with Shia LaBeouf, and she was fantastic.
Oh.
They should have switched it out and made her the main character.
I mean, it's Ben Powell's movie. At the end of the day.
Yeah, but whoever that blonde girl was that plays the lead role,
she did the part, but
she was boring. I wanted like the half black girl, whatever her name is. She should have been the main star because she's a really dynamic, interesting actress.
I have literally never seen that girl before in my life.
She is in a really good movie with Shia LaBeouf that I can't think of the name of it right now.
Is that the one about his dad?
No, but it's one where they are door-to-door salespeople and they like live in a van on the road. It's really good, and
okay.
Can't remember the name of it right now, but you can look it up. But I don't know. I think there was some really good performances in here, some really good setups. Anybody that likes disaster movies or likes tornadoes is gonna love this.
So everyone. unless you live through a tornado, don't go see it. That might be PTSD.
I don't really care about disaster movies. It's not my thing.
Right.
But there's enough character development that it does keep you invested, and like the people on screen are having a great time.
Oh, you can tell, yeah.
They're having a blast. So that like keeps the energy up and keeps me going.
Tyler Owens calls himself the Tornado Wrangler. If you feel it,
yeah.
There you go.
Stuff. All right, George, off to you.
I love this movie. My favorite quote in it was, "We need to get everyone in the theater." So this movie, oh wow, I had watched another tornado movie before, and I don't remember if it was. I don't remember what it was. No, it was one about twisters. Like it was.
Oh, really?
I mean, it was one where there were like multiple tornadoes all at once.
Okay.
And I don't know if that was a reboot of the original. It might have been a reboot of the original that came out back in like
1996 Twister was just kind of like
it probably came out in like 2016 or something.
Everybody was. You don't really need to reboot it. You can just make another movie about tornadoes.
But it was one where a whole bunch of tornadoes came and like absolutely destroyed a town. It was like 4 or 5 tornadoes like all went through this town, which is impossible because you can't have that many in one spot.
One tornado, one desire. Oh wait, another tornado.
Exactly. It felt a little like Sharknado because of that. But this one, oh my goodness.
Arnold Schwarzenegger presents tornadoes. Okay, I'll stop.
One tornado to rule them all.
One tornado find them, but in the darkness swallow them. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the tornado. Get to the basement now.
We'll be back.
Those are my cookies. Put it down and get to the basement.
It's not a tornado.
It's not a tornado. It's a twister. Get it right. Okay.
Oh
I'm done.
But seriously, this movie is definitely the best tornado movie I've seen, I think. So, like, if you're into disaster or like tragedy films, this.
If you're into Ben Powell, where you're like questioning your sexuality, this movie might be.
If you like rodeos.
Did you notice the flip with the rain? You know how they used to have like whitey tighties with girls who like in the rain with the nipples showing, like to get the
and now
guys.
It's the guys.
Now
in
it's
the
Ben
rain
Powell
with
with
their
a cowboy
nipples
hat,
showing.
and he was like walking out. I'm like, oh,
his were showing. His were showing for sure.
Every woman in the theater was like, no dry seat found.
This movie, though, seriously, it was really good. It was really good. Just go watch it.
Go
see it. Go see it. It was really fun.
If you like to see men's nipples, this movie is for you.
With cowboy hats and whitey tighties.
Next to a tornado.
No, I do believe... I'm like, okay, I can see why Ben Powell, everyone's trying to get him to be like the next A-star, Brad Pitt, Will Smith. I don't know. Ryan Reynolds, kind of like A-list.
He's a jerk.
He's an a-hole in Top Gun Maverick, but he does his part really well, just messing with Miles. I forgot the actor's name. The guy with who lost his dad, and they're at each other's
Miles.
Somebody named Miles. Yeah. You know, I like him here. I haven't seen it, but everyone is raving about Hitman on Netflix, like where he plays an assassin who changes like 50 characters.
I started to watch that.
It's supposed to be really good. I'm like, we should
good.
review that because August is dead. So I was like, let's just go over to Shannon's, or you guys come here or something, and we just watch Hitman and review it at home in August at some point, because literally nothing.
I think it was based on a true story too, or something.
What?
Seriously.
Well,
Well, he's not an actual hitman. That's part of the whole thing.
Oh, what? Don't ruin it. I didn't know that.
No, that is literally like in the first 2 minutes of the movie.
Are you sure?
I'm dead serious because I started watching it.
All right. So, golden popcorn from us. Good time. Yeah.
It's literally in the description.
Yeah. We're going to go right into spoilers now, because why not? All right. What do we got for spoilers? I'd like...
wall break.
One thing... Okay. There's some things where I'm like, no. Like when he drove into the tornado and they shot fireworks up its ass. Oh.
You can always trust a guy who puts his face on a t-shirt. Are those fireworks?
Yes, ma'am.
That was so cool.
It was cool. I'm not against it.
Cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. I would do that in real life.
That was rodeo style stuff. No.
Okay, maybe an F1, F2, you could drill it into the ground and hope that
there's no way that auger would hold them.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like...
But it didn't. In the movie, they got blown around.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. But then the fire tornado happened, and I'm like, okay. If you hit an oil refinery and it exploded in a tornado, I guess it would become a fire tornado. I will assume that.
The thing that got me was the fact that despite not having...
I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio in Inception right now. You know the face he makes in the meme? So,
despite having no covers on the side windows, they were never busted.
Which is stupid.
In the truck. That was ridiculous.
Unless they had bullet... Maybe they did. Maybe it's a bullet.
Yeah, they probably had bulletproof glass. If they had augers going into the ground, which was the coolest thing I've ever seen on a car.
Yeah, I did not see that coming. The first time, and I'm like, okay, I'm walking out. This is stupid.
That was
just
awesome.
Rode into a tornado and didn't get blown away, and you shot tornadoes up its butt. No. And then when they showed the drills the second time, then I was like,
oh, okay.
That was
clever.
That was clever.
It was very
I'm liking this. Yeah. Sorry, George. What were you saying?
That's good.
Are we talking about chemtrails yet?
No!
Yes,
no chemtrails.
We want to talk about chemtrails.
But there were chemicals that they made
that they blew into the sky to control the weather, just like all the conspiracy theorists have been saying.
No.
Wait, they were buying the land and then
so were they causing them?
Ooh, interesting. But why would you want to cause a tornado?
The Weather Channel.
What they were doing was the property for that whatever property is really high, but when a tornado comes around, the rigs, whatever his name, the value goes down. And since they went through a disaster, he just offers them less than half for the property, so he can make profit and redo. And that's why she and Ben Powell's character were like, "Do you even know who you're working for? Like, you're using people's emotions during a disaster." But again, they don't. Here's the issue with that. All those businesses are insured, and all those homes are insured. There isn't a home or business in America, maybe in Florida now because of climate change, and South Carolina because they're leaving.
Okay, so
you do have insurances in those places for a reason. Because true story.
It's hard to get it sometimes, though, because they're in those locations.
True, but true story. My parents' house burned down in the early 2000s because of an electric fire. Thankfully, we all got out. But the insurance and the firefighters and the police did all the investigation. It came back as fire was started in the attic. there was like water leaking in the attic we didn't know about, and there was an electric whatever, and then so everything got cleared. It took months.
That was crazy.
And they rebuilt my parents' home brand new. No, they replaced everything: sofas, television, cabinets, beds. You think it? They replaced it. It was covered. So that's my only issue with this movie. Like those businesses, and he's going to businesses, and if he's going to home, like what is he going to offer them? Because the insurance would be like, yeah, you're taking less money, but my insurance will literally redo everything. Yeah, it'll take time, but I don't know. Just
maybe
something to
maybe
think
they
about.
weren't required to have insurance. That could be one of the
I
things.
don't-
Weren't they in a state
no,
where
no.
tornadoes were uncommon?
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma
No.
is Tornado Alley.
That's Tornado
I'm
Valley, yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of they were talking about in New York at the beginning of the movie.
Oh yeah. They're talking about
Yeah.
Brooklyn, where one hit like a few years ago, and it was like F2.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, we've had
Yeah,
a tornado
you
even
gotta
in
have.
Rochester.
So I
Yeah,
wanna
we have.
bring up a point on this that I'm not sure if you guys noticed,
Okay.
but when the first person who was going to actually sell property to that one guy, the real estate guy, he was the uncle of the one the guy who went to MIT.
Yes.
Uncle of
Yes.
the guy
Yeah.
who went to MIT. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So basically, that guy was like selling out his own family, essentially, and didn't think twice about it.
So do we think they were causing the tornadoes? Was that implied in the movie?
No.
No,
Okay.
not really. But
But they have the science. We have the
You
science.
could do it though, right?
We can't build them, but we can predict them.
Is stopping a tornado something that people have really tried, or is that just for the movie?
It's just for the movie, but I mean, it's not like, they haven't thought about it. I mean,
I don't know. I wonder if they have tried
Trump,
it.
well,
Trump,
the problem is, it's like if you think of
Donald Trump did say, "Can we nuke a hurricane?" Not that. The stupidest line I ever heard, but
Apparently,
that's
yes.
really funny. I mean, you
Apparently
could.
you can.
You shouldn't. Nuke a hurricane. I was just like, why?
we're just
So
gonna
I don't know.
stop a natural disaster by causing an unnatural one.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Two wrongs makes a right. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give Donald Trump one thing. I've never thought about it, but once he said it, I'm like, can you stop a hurricane with a nuke? Now I want to know. Somebody on Google or whoever's watching, tell
Make
me
some models.
what.
Let
Make
us
some models.
know.
What if you nuke an F5 tornado? What happens then? Like, what happens if you just
I mean,
shoot
just-
the crap out of like missiles on a tornado? Would it stop it? Because that's a lot of heat, right? Or would it be like the oil refinery? It'll just become a fire tornado. Maybe you can't really stop it. You can only
I guess
make it bigger and
Maybe it
more...
would have to be something about disrupting the airflow. But I don't think there's a way to do it on a scale that's as large as a tornado.
Yeah.
It's like my mom lives up in Gaylord, and they had a tornado that went through there. I think it was
Oh no!
a couple of years ago.
Did it hit the
through-
city?
Yeah, through downtown.
Was your mom
tore
in
up
the city?
No, she wasn't.
Oh,
thankfully.
thank God!
Yikes.
But it tore up like some of the buildings,
Oh,
like in downtown Gaylord. Like it.
Where
it
where
went
is that
through
on a
downtown.
map? Where is it?
Okay, so, well, it would have to be like this. So it should be
No,
I
it should
think
be like
it's-
this. Look at the camera. It has to be like this.
no on the camera. It would be like this.
So
Because it'll be flipped.
Oh,
Oh well, maybe yeah.
I don't know wherever
Might
it
be-
was.
it might
But it's in the
Somewhere
middle.
in
Like
It's
that.
in the middle. Let's just say middle.
It's closer to the
Like-
middle top.
Top here.
So like
If you're
closer
not
to.
from Michigan-
Oh my gosh!
Is
Is it right
it-
there?
is
Is
it-
it? Is
It's a
it?
tornado rodeo happening. Okay,
Oh
I'll stop.
my god!
I'll cut that. Don't worry. I just had to. So like right here, I'm guessing.
No, other side. Well, basically like over here-ish.
Here
If
by
you're not
Yeah.
from
By Grand
Michigan,
Rapids.
this is
No,
a
no,
map
no.
of
That's
Michigan.
not Grand Rapids. That's closer to Traverse City.
This is Traverse City up here.
Yep.
This is Detroit down there.
okay.
So it's like right over here. Because it's a long.
Okay.
It's like almost a long I-75 going
Okay.
north.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it goes all the way to Mackinac, and you can
Yep.
take it all the way down to Florida, like this. Ooh. I don't know what I'm doing. All right.
But
Yeah.
Hans just over here stroking himself.
So, all right. That was, and I can't even be mad. I respect that because that was funny. Yeah. So I don't know. What were we talking about? I don't remember anymore.
Twisters!
Twista.
Yes.
Okay,
Tornadoes.
so tornadoes.
We're time to go into spoilers.
No, this is
No,
spoilers. We're done. But George wanted to do a review with us for... What's the Pixar movie called?
Inside Out.
So we're going to do a
Inside
review...
Out 2?
Inside Out 2. Oh my gosh. I said,
What?
Sorry,
Is
Inside
that
Out
the
2.
one, or were you talking about
Did you not see it yet?
Me?
I saw it.
Oh, okay.
I've almost forgotten it.
We already did a review of it.
Well, no, George wanted to do it with us, remember?
It doesn't sound like you did. Did you want to?
I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Well, you texted me saying you wanted to do it. So how
Well,
about
I
we
was
just
excited to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's...